I did a short a couple days ago on how to brine pork chops. So if you saw that short, great. And if you didn't, please go ahead and look at that short before you get started on this video. So now, those brine pork chops, went ahead and take them out and put them on a sheet pan. The reason I did this is because I want to collect all the seasoning that I put on the pork chops at the bottom so that I can dab the meat on there, and so there pretty much won't be any waste. We're going to go ahead and also season the fat side. I'll let you know why in a second. But you see these ridges here? I went ahead and cut the pork chop so that it doesn't cup up on me or twist. And I don't know how to explain that part, but it kind of does this thing where it cups up. Anyways, we season both sides, and then on a really hot cast iron, we're going to place it fat down. That's the reason why I seasoned it, so that fat could have some flavor. We're going to lay them this way for a little bit so it can render some fat. We don't need to add any oil, any lard, anything on there. It would render its own fat. Now, if your pork chops don't have that much fat, I do suggest adding about a tablespoon of oil or any fat of your choice, lard, butter, what have you. So as you can see here, the fat is rendering nicely on these chops, collecting on the pan. Now I'm going to check it and see if it's ready. It looks nice and charred, just the way I like it. And the fat is rendered, so we're going to go ahead and lay them down on their side. This one too. That's the color you want. Nice golden brown, a little bit of dark char. If you're okay with that, I'm okay with it. So lay them down. And then once they get a nice crust, we're going to go ahead and flip them. So we're going to let them stay this way for a couple minutes. Now, as you can see, we're going to put them in the oven because the heat will take forever to travel to the other side. And we want the oven to circulate the hot air so that it cooks evenly. So once we flip the chops, we go ahead and put them in the oven. Just want a nice little crust. And then we put them in the oven at 375 for about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on the oven that you have, obviously. And if you're not sure, you know me, I will always tell you, use a thermometer. We're looking for about 145 here. And from that point, we take them out and we go ahead and place them on a cutting board to rest. So in essence, if you take the heat and you add the angle in which the radiant heat travels to the steak at half the speed of light, I'm just kidding. I don't know the formula, but all I know is that you have to rest the meat for at least half the time it took you to cook it. That would help redistribute the juices once the protein or the muscle is relaxed. It basically acts like a sponge and absorbs most of that liquid again. So there you have it, nice juicy pork chop. I mean, come on, look at that, piece of heaven. And of course, I gotta get a piece of that. So now you know how to cook a pork chop. Peace.